Hello, welcome to Waypoint Survival. Today I want to show you how to bushcraft an extension handle for your Stanley 2-cup cook set. Stay tuned. As many of you know, this Stanley 2-cup cook set is a wonderful piece of cookware. It's very versatile. There's a lot of things you can do to make this an even better cook set. And I've done a couple of videos on it already. I'll be doing a couple of more at least on some great hacks to how to make this an even better cook set. And I'll make sure and post some links in the video and then also down in the description box below so that you can check those videos out as well. But one of the issues that you have when you're cooking with this is when you've got it over the coals or you've got it next to some flame, of course the whole thing heats up, including this handle. Now, you could use a bandana, you could use a leather glove to grip it with, you could use a multi-tool of some sort to pick it up off the fire, but I want to show you something that I developed, how to carve and bushcraft an extension handle for this, and it works very, very well. But there's a couple things you need to know, so let's get to that. So the first thing that you want to get is a stick, and this stick is about thumb diameter. So I put it against my thumb like that, and I can tell about how thick it is. And that's about the proper diameter for this stick. Also lengthwise, from the inner part of my elbow to the end of my fingers. So about like that. That's a really good length to use for this particular hack. The next thing that you want to do is address this particular metal piece here. This is the locking piece that slides back and forth like so you can lock it in place when you fold it up. And of course when you open it up like this, but I find that it holds pretty well in this position, and we want it to kind of stay somewhere in the middle. So what I had to do is I took my multi-tool and I just crimped these edges right here. So just right in this section, right here, right in there. You crimp a little here and you crimp a little right there. Not too hard, go slowly, and you'll get about the right tension so that it still slides pretty decently. And so you can go back and forth with it, but yet it will pretty well stay in place and won't slide back and forth on its own. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to take our stick and we're going to run it all the way up as far as it will go up against our cook pot like this. Then we're going to take a Sharpie, and on the bottom of our pot, just like this, and you could use, if you don't have a Sharpie obviously in the woods, I'm just using this for demonstration. You could use a piece of charcoal, but we're just going to make a small line on either side like this of where that handle is. See that? Okay. Then we're going to flip it over, holding it very still, and on the opposite side where our sliding piece is, we're going to make a little wider mark here and here. Just like that. Okay? So we've got the bottom marked and the top. And then we're going to take the Sharpie, or a piece of charcoal as I said, and we're going to mark right here sort of a little bit of a wedge shape. You can see that. So that it looks kind of like that. So this would be the top right here, and that's the bottom. Next we take the Silky Pocket Boy 170, open it up, and then we want to cut our notches. So this would be the very first knot, this is on the bottom, and then we have this on the top. So we're going to cut these two notches, and we're going to cut them about 2/3 of the way through the stick. So we're just going to saw right here, and of course this works better with green wood. So we're going to saw through, again not all the way through the stick, but if you can see, about that much on one side. And then we're going to flip it over to the other side, and we're going to do the same thing on the other notches. Okay, so this is what it looks like. We got this on the bottom, we got this on the top. Next we're going to take the knife here, this is the Moroccan's ball, and we're just going to carve and whittle these pieces out, just like so. Pretty easy. That's our first notch. Go to the other side, wedge it in there and do the same thing. And you may have to do this a couple of times to get it out. Forwards and backwards. Alright, there we go. And there we have our other notch. So you can see what this looks like. So we've got this small notch here, and a larger notch here. And then where our little black lines were, what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're going to cut this, and we're going to make sure that this is at an angle. And this is very important. And I'll show you here in just a second, but it's a wedge shape. And that's a very important shape to have. Okay, so it looks like that. So from the front side, you can see that it's thicker at the bottom and a little thinner on the top. When you're done, this is what it should look like. So if you've done those notches correctly, you should be able to come in from the top like this, and it will latch right around and fit just like this. So that wedge shape, thicker on the bottom, thinner on the top, slides right between this area where it gets smaller, and here we have our extension. This is James Bender for Waypoint Survival. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Also make sure and check out the links in the description box below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd really appreciate it. And when you do subscribe, make sure and press that bell button so that you can stay notified of all of our upcoming videos, and we'll talk to you next time.